It doesn't feel real. You know, I'm 19 years old and I've never had anything like this happen. Just to, you know, get outside and walk outside and see all this, it's very scary.
Right now, residents in southern Wisconsin are picking up the pieces after 2 tornadoes ripped through the Rock County area, leaving behind a path of destruction. Also, the National Weather Service surveying the damage left behind by those storms, what they had to say from their findings. And later, a warning to those preparing to rebuild, what you need to know about scammers looking to profit off storm damage. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We begin with last night's powerful storms producing not 1, but 2 tornadoes. The twisters are the first ever recorded in the month of February for Wisconsin. News 3 Now has team coverage out in the field surveying the damage and getting the latest information on last night's storms. Let's go live to Evansville, where Eric Franke is standing by. So Eric, what are you seeing out there tonight?
Yeah, it's been a nonstop day of work for crews out here trying to, you know, reconnect power. We're seeing the flicker of the power company doing their work out here. Their crew's still out here. There is quite a mess, and as darkness has fallen, it becomes a little bit dangerous to be out here. There's debris scattered throughout these fields, so people have to be very careful as they're assessing the damage out here. And at this point, it's probably best to just call it a night, except for those power crews that want to do their best to make sure power gets on safely for folks out here. Catherine Merck has been here throughout the day. She's been talking to people who really suffered the brunt of the damage out here, Catherine.
Yeah, tough to see some of that stuff for sure. Absolutely. Some of the people that I spoke with today told me that they were actually here last night, and when they went to take shelter in their basement, it was really quick that it all went by, and by the time they walked upstairs to see what had happened, they were surprised at what wasn't there. Take a listen.
We live in Wisconsin, so we don't really, you know, we haven't had much tornadoes or anything like that here. So we were just kind of like, oh, whatever, like, it'll pass.
Lily Reese and her father, Denver, took shelter in their basement during last night's tornado.
I mean, it was pretty terrifying. I've never heard a noise like that in my life. Like they say, it's like a freight train. It was exactly like that. Just loud, and our ears popped really, really bad, the pressure. And then it was gone.
Today, I'm talking to them in their home, now left without a roof.
It doesn't feel real. You know, I'm 19 years old and I've never had anything like this happen. Just to, you know, get outside and walk outside and see all this, it's very scary.
The entire farm area surrounding them was destroyed in the tornado's path.
Saw all the barns gone. We saw tractors and stuff flipped over, cars in the field.
Across the street, a farming business with massive trucks and equipment was no match for the high winds.
And I didn't think it was going to be to this extent, especially not around here in February.
As this small community figures out what's next, they are thankful for those who, in the meantime, are giving them a roof above their heads.
And there's a lot of people that have reached out and, you know, let us know that they're there for us.
Everything that's broken can be fixed, so we'll get it all figured out.
Those families that I spoke to today spent the rest of the day making sure that everyone was safe, and most of the people that we talked to said that everyone that they knew ended up being okay with no injuries. They spent a lot of the rest of their time making sure that they were filing the right insurance claims, getting documents together for that. So our hearts go out to those families that have a destroyed home today.
Absolutely. A lot of work ahead for them in picking up the pieces, but nobody injured is a very key component. Catherine, thank you for your coverage throughout the day. Now, Braden Ross was also out there today, and National Weather Service crews, as Charlotte mentioned off the top, determined there were 2 tornadoes in this area, and Braden was out there today with the crews that helped make this determination, and she joins us now live. Braden?
Yeah, Eric, so like you said, officially 2 tornadoes confirmed by the National Weather Service. They confirmed that to us just a few hours earlier. One of those went through Albany. That was a confirmed EF level 1. The one that came through Evansville here, just east of Evansville, that was EF level 2. And they're still working on those determinations, so those could change as we move on coming up in the future here. And we actually followed along with those crews as they were working through trying to make those determinations and decide how much damage these actually did. Here's a look at some of what they were dealing with. The owner of this house that you're seeing now told me they were eating dinner just minutes before and they got that take shelter alert. And as you can see, the roof is now completely gone.
Was it?
This is the first tornado in history to hit Wisconsin in the month of February. Here's what the National Weather Service has to say about that.
Very abnormal. You know, it was very mild yesterday, all things considered, for Wisconsin in February. So it was just the right setup yesterday. And it's another reminder that no matter what time of year it is, if the setup comes together just right, you can get tornadoes in Wisconsin.
Now, I also talked to Rock County Sheriff Curtis Fell today. He confirmed to us that no one was seriously injured in these tornadoes, thankfully. He says that's pretty shocking given the damage that we've seen. But one thing he wanted me to remind everyone here of is make sure you stay out of these areas and away from the crews that are still working to get some of this repaired. And remember that these homeowners here, they just lost their homes. They don't need people driving by gawking and everything. It just gets in the way of those crews that are trying to work hard and those homeowners who are dealing with this and trying to pick up the pieces. So make sure you stay home. You can watch on the news, see the damage here or on social media, but stay out of those crews' ways. I'll send it back to Eric now. Thank you so much.
Braden, thank you for that report. Now, the Rock County Sheriff's Office also holding a town hall meeting for those impacted by this storm. The meeting taking place at the Evansville Fire District on Water Street, and that's where we find our Armand Rahman. Armand, what did they tell folks down there tonight?
Yeah, Eric, actually the director of the Rock County Emergency Management actually asked media to leave as they prepare to have some very tough conversations with residents outside of Evansville who are directly affected. Some updates to share from that emergency management director. Most of the power in Evansville is back on, but due to debris and damage to a main transmission line on Highway 59, some people might not see electricity before Tuesday. Now, they counted 25 structures with damage, at least 1 destroyed, 11 with major damage, 9 with minor damage, and 4 that they classify as affected. Now, the director of Rock County Emergency Management says if officials have not been by your property to assess that damage, call or text 211, or if you also feel that there is a neighbor or a neighboring property that they need to also go assess, do that same thing. Contact 211, or you can go online or to the 211 Wisconsin app to report damage. Make sure that you take photos of the damage if you've already started cleaning up before the damage, and make sure you keep those to keep in touch with your insurance provider. I'll be here tonight to see what some of those residents have experienced and what needs that they have still here picking up the pieces. For now, live in Evansville, Armand Rahman, sending it back to you, Eric.
Armand, thank you for that report. Obviously, the work has just begun for the families that have been impacted by this storm, and also the crews that are out here, and they're still working hard out here. We see the lights in the distance as these crews continue to help these families get at least some semblance of normalcy back to life, get some power back in this area, but the cleanup really has just begun. Charlotte?
Eric, thank you very much. Now be sure to download the free First Warn weather and traffic app today. News 3 Now is always the first to warn you when severe weather happens. With this app, you will get the latest radar, conditions, and alerts. You can find it for free in your phone's app store. Let's now go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at your First Warn forecast.
It's hard to believe 24 hours ago we were dealing with tornadoes. The temperatures have turned a lot colder, although they're still above normal for February. It just shows how mild it was yesterday when we set a record high at 55 in Madison. The time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam shows clear skies this morning, but then the clouds came in, and that held temperatures down a bit as we headed into the afternoon. But you see, while it's been cloudy, it's not been a thick cloud cover, and we haven't had any precipitation here in southern Wisconsin, which is good for those people who are cleaning up. Some light snow showers in the northern portion of the state, but here in southern Wisconsin, the severe weather started in Iowa, moved through northwestern Illinois, and then spawned a couple of tornadoes in a narrow line from just north of Monroe over toward Stoughton in Dane County. That's where some of the reports are, but you can see outside of that there were also some large hail reports as well. Low temperatures this morning after the storm, still above freezing when we should be in the upper teens. 36 the overnight low in Madison. High temperatures today, again held down a bit because of the cloud cover here, but notice Janesville was warmer. Temperatures are in the 50s over southeastern Wisconsin, where they had the benefit of sunshine all day. Current temperatures are now in the upper 30s here in Madison. Most areas upper 30s to around 40 degrees, still 40 in Middleton, 39 in Verona, and 39 in Oregon. Look for skies to be variably cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping off to about 34 by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at what our temperatures will look like as we head into next week. They won't be as mild as they were yesterday, but not as cold as they should be.
As those impacted by yesterday's storm prepare to rebuild, the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection is warning people about construction scams. They say to be skeptical of any door-to-door repair crews who use aggressive or high-pressure sales tactics to secure a contract. DATCAP says it is common to see individuals or transient crews respond and follow storms, though it is more common in the summer months.
And a consumer is selecting a contractor, one of the best pieces of advice that we can provide is to check with friends, family, insurance agents to see who they should go to get estimates or have who they've used in the past. And in addition, check that contractor out with Consumer Protection to see if there's been any complaints filed previously. And do this before you engage in that contract.
For a list of warning signs to look out for, just look for this story on channel3000.com. There's still more ahead on News 3 Now at 6, searching for the best of the best, how you can nominate your favorites for the best of Madison. And the Garden and Landscape Expo returns to Madison, what visitors can expect at this year's event.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
When you've been seriously injured, you'll need a team with knowledge and experience to get the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Right now, get a free $15 gift card when you buy select Blue Buffalo dog food. Keep you and your pets safe when you're on the road with Blaine's Farm and Fleet vehicle batteries. And buy 4 tires from these top brands and get instant service credit savings equal to the price of 1 tire.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
A candid conversation with Wisconsin football coach Luke Fickell, talking football and family.
And we'll meet the coach's wife, Amy, who talks about her role in Wisconsin football's first family.
He's not in charge when he's home.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Landscape Expo is back in Madison. From now until Sunday, visitors can check out the latest trends in gardening, landscaping, and more at the Alliant Energy Center. This year's events include more than 150 exhibitors selling plants and seeds and other services, dozens of free educational seminars and demonstrations, and a farmers market on Sunday. That market will run from 10 to 4. All proceeds support PBS Wisconsin. Madison Magazine wants to know who or what you think is the best of Madison. Right now, they're looking for your nominations. There are plenty of categories, including food, arts and entertainment, fitness, and more. The Best of Madison poll will qualify vote-getters residing throughout Dane County and other counties, including Rock, Columbia, and Dodge. You can nominate once a day in each category until the end of this month. You can find more details on how to cast that nomination on channel3000.com. News 3 Now is still accepting nominations, in fact, for the Spirit of Service Award. So we're partnering with Vortex to raise awareness about veterans who are doing some really good things in our community. We'd like you to help us honor one with a $5,000 prize. Just head to this story on channel3000.com. Tell us in 1,000 words or less why the veteran you were nominating should win. We will announce this winner next month right here on News 3 Now this morning. The Milwaukee Bucks are coming to WISC-TV. Find out when you'll be able to watch some of their games without the need for cable. Plus, Super Bowl 58 just a couple of days away, and yet it's already breaking records. We'll tell you about the big bets being placed on the big game. Plus, we've got pleasant weather going into the weekend. Gary has the complete forecast when we come back.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday, but for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
Before USA Insulation, one room was colder than the other. It was harder to keep the temperature at a good level. At that point, we realized that we needed to check into the walls and see what was going on. It's an older house. After USA Insulation came in and put the foam in, we noticed almost immediately the following month it was about a $40 decrease in our bill. The following month after that, it was around $50, $55. So we started seeing results almost immediately after they put the insulation in.
USA Insulation.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Super Bowl is just a couple of days away, and not only is it the biggest football game of the year, but it's also the most popular gambling day. The American Gaming Association says this year, millions of American adults are expected to bet on the game. Ivan Rodriguez breaks down those numbers.
More than 2/3 of American adults live where live sports betting is legal, and this Super Bowl, many are expected to place a bet. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says with all the excitement of the big game, it's important to gamble responsibly.
We are the only league that do our own spots on responsible gambling to make sure our fans understand the dangers of irresponsible gambling.
67.8 million American adults are expected to wager on the game. That's a 35% increase from last year, making it likely the biggest year for Super Bowl gambling ever, according to the American Gaming Association. While most people are expected to bet online in states where it is legal, 36% of adults say they'll bet casually with friends, and only 14% say they'll place a bet with a bookie. Although the players can't bet on the game, they have their own memories of gambling in Las Vegas.
Kind of had a bad track record in Las Vegas.
My favorite Vegas moment is winning.
As if to drive the point home that the game is unpredictable, Goodell points to perhaps its most prominent figure, Taylor Swift.
There is no way that I could have scripted that one. Let's just put it that way.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
And check this out. This is video submitted to us from some storm chasers. It shows them chasing the severe thunderstorm that produced that tornado from yesterday. If you look closely, you can see the tornado as the lightning lights up the clouds right behind it. Well, temperatures cooling off heading into the weekend. Here's Gary with a complete look at your forecast.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about tornadoes. How about that? Never think you'd have to deal with a tornado in February, but we did yesterday. Tonight, the only precipitation really showing up across Wisconsin is in the form of snow showers and flurries up in the northern portion of the state. But right now, even though we've had cloud cover here, we're high and dry. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Even though it won't be as mild as today, and especially yesterday, we'll still see above normal temperatures through Wednesday with highs in the upper 30s to around 40 when we should be in the lower 30s. Some flurries are possible Wednesday night into Thursday along a cold front, and then behind that, temperatures, at least high temperatures, drop back into the lower 30s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week and next weekend. But on weather track, notice the jet stream kind of flattened out. Yesterday it was coming in more from the southwest, but it brought in just enough moisture. That was the thing that we were looking for to get severe weather, because the air was still pretty dry behind that, but it got in just enough moisture ahead of a cold front to spawn those tornadoes and the severe weather. And then just as quickly, everything raced off to the east. Now this is more of a colder February type pattern, where the colder air is starting to settle into the northern part of the United States. The jet stream is sagging southward a little bit. Now the showers and thunderstorms are near the jet stream, which was over us yesterday, so you can see them from Texas into parts of Tennessee and the mid-Atlantic states. But in our part of the country, we just have the low clouds on the back part of this system. Temperatures have cooled down, but they're still above normal. 39 right now, Madison, La Crosse at 36. Remember, a couple of days ago, we were talking temperatures that were into the 50s, almost 60 degrees through parts of Minnesota and Iowa. Northern parts of Wisconsin are in the lower to middle 20s because the winds have come in now from the northwest. But compared to 24 hours ago, we're seeing about a 15 to almost 20-degree temperature drop across Wisconsin, Iowa, northern Illinois. But the good news is that's not going to last too long. But high temperatures over the next 10 days. Upper 30s for tomorrow and Sunday, back into the 40s for Monday and Tuesday now, and then upper 30s for Wednesday and Thursday. Again, a cold front comes through with some flurries, followed by temperatures dropping back closer to where we should be. That's the average high temperature by the next 10 days, about 32 degrees. But notice 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for above normal temperatures here, mainly because of warm overnight low temperatures, and precipitation expected to be below normal as the main storm track stays to our south and to our west. Planning your night, look for temperatures to drop to around freezing by midnight. We'll see a mix of clouds and some clear skies. 30 degrees by 3 a.m. here in Madison, and then temperatures drop into the upper 20s, probably 28 for our overnight low temperature. Across Dane County, look for a low of 29 in Belleville, 27 in Mount Horeb, 28 in Waunakee for planning your night, and across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Platteville, 28, Prairie du Chien, 29, and Camp Douglas will drop to 26. For tomorrow, partly sunny skies, a little colder than today. Today we were in the lower 40s. 38 for the high tomorrow. First one, 7 to 10-day forecast. Again, those temperatures upper 30s to around 40, above normal through Wednesday. Then the flurry chance from Valentine's Day night into Thursday. That's followed by temperatures a little closer to normal, maybe a couple of flurries toward the start of the following week.
The Milwaukee Bucks are teaming up with us, WISC-TV, to broadcast several games over the next few months. In the Madison market, the games will be available on over-the-air antennas. That's channels 3.1 for WISC-TV and 3.2 for Television Wisconsin, as well as on Spectrum channels 603 and 605. The 10-game schedule begins Friday, February 23rd, as the Bucks travel to the Twin Cities to play the Minnesota Timberwolves at 9 p.m. here on WISC-TV. You can find the complete schedule of games on channel3000.com.
And coming up in sports, the Wisconsin men's hockey team ready to skate against Notre Dame, while the Badgers know this Irish team is a lot better than the one they faced earlier in the year. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Valentine's Day. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Get solar and get saving with Olsen Solar Energy in the Madison area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olsen Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsensolarenergy.com or give us a call.
In a little over half an hour, Wisconsin will drop the puck on their series with Notre Dame. The Badgers swept the Irish back in South Bend back in early January. But this Notre Dame team isn't that Notre Dame team. The Irish entered the Kohl Center playing their best hockey of the season, winning 4 of their last 5 games, including a split with the Big Ten leading Spartans. And Mike Hastings knows his team going to have to be ready for a battle.
They're playing well right now. If you've looked and you watch tape on them from when we played them, I just think they're really hitting their stride. They've got a young group up front that every single weekend they're growing. Landon Slagert's a really good hockey player. Their defensive core is playing well. And I think they've got one of the best goalies in the country in Bishop.
The Badgers softball season is off in full swing. Wisconsin opened up the year with a dominating performance, sweeping Weber State 8-0. UW looking to move to 2-0 on the year. They're taking on Grand Canyon University as we speak. Tomorrow, the Wisconsin men's basketball team will look to snap out of their funk and get back to the winning ways that they're used to when they take on Rutgers in New Jersey. The Badgers and Scarlet Knights have split their last 8 meetings, each winning 4, but Greg Gard's squad has won the last 2 in Piscataway. Rutgers sits 12th in the Big Ten standings. And speaking of the Badger men's basketball team, don't forget to tune in to this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Connor Esigian stops by to rank a couple of AJ Store dunks and more. Show airs in a little bit, 6:30, right here on News 3 Now.
Looking forward to seeing what the competition is this time this week. Thank you, Zach. Gary's here with the final check.
Yeah, skies are mostly cloudy, not seeing any precipitation though, and those clouds will start to thin out with time. Temperatures right now, right around 40, give or take a degree or 2 either direction. Here in Dane County, Madison's at 39, 39 Middleton, 39 in Waunakee, and 38 in Belleville. Look for skies to be variably cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping to about 34 by 10 p.m.
All right, thank you. And thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.